Hello and welcome back to A Shift in Time, where we find fools peacefully shooting the breeze with a fisherman here on the harbour front of an evening, a cloudless starry sky, and we had some success in the Three Barrel Cove area just now in some of the lower level quests. Couple of new bits of gear to show. So the powder packed barrel, I'd already put a spoiler out there. That is perfect for what we're doing now. Fire and force, power and crit chance, and that is because we have switched into the summer season again, boosting fire and force and positive spell power, and also the crit chances with the wax and wane line in the Season's Herald tree. And that is because we've got this much heralded flame strike, which is pretty good, to be honest. Better than what I was thinking. As long as you don't go, you know, above sort of the low reapers, it really does a good job at clearing stuff up. And the advantage we've got here, I mean, if I go in to a big pack, hold them all with the howl, hit that flame strike, and then mop up whatever doesn't get killed immediately with the thorn bloom, we're laughing. So that side of it's great. Otherwise, we've got the four fully meted AOE's now down here. It's the four in the tree here. I should probably have some of the non-meted quicker cooldown spells, because these metas all have longer cooldowns than the standard spells, even when you put the full 3 points in. The latest one to arrive is Salt Ray, which is quite nice because that's force as well, so that's being helped by our season and our powder packed orb. But the stun on there is very good too, although at the moment, at the low level we're playing, it's more likely to kill than anything else. We've also got in this fourth tier, we've got one bonus on evocation DC. Transmutation we're not using at the moment. Those of you who know the Druid will know that the transmutation, well, on the cold side, I can't really speak for fire because I haven't done a fire Druid at the cap. But on the cold side, transmutation is basically only one spell, but it's a spell that you use an awful lot of. I won't spoil it if you haven't seen it. You'll be discovering it in due course. So another one on the wax and wane. I just wanted to take a moment to show you the effect of this season business, and because like here it's saying max caster level for spells appropriate to season and crit chance with spells associated with season. So it becomes, especially as the further up you go in the cause and in here, the more important it becomes to choose your season appropriately. So if we just take, for example, the flame strike here, they've added on quite recently, I think. Can we see down there? We can see the caster level just below the school there in the middle. Caster level 9, max 17. And it's giving us, yeah, so that's just a basic idea of the power of the spell as it stands at the moment. Now if we switch off that season, we see that we drop to caster level 7, max 15. So it's giving us two caster and max caster levels by the looks of it, at least according to that display. So the season is quite important to tailor it to, you know, what your strongest output is in terms of spells. So at the moment we've just acquired this fire AoE, so we're in the fire season. There are some, happily for us, that are in both seasons. The force is in both seasons, both summer and winter. So you'll notice that the Salt Ray level 9 max 12, and if we happened to switch that to winter season, I think we would still see the same. Yeah, but if we switch it off, we see we're dropped. So the force stuff is helped by both seasons, which is quite nice. Another nice little positive, pun half intended, of being in the summer season is that our healing positive spell power is boosted. So this type of thing is doing quite nicely as well. Spells wise, where are we at with the spells? Oh, well, obviously I took Flame Strike. Ice Storm is more of an investment in our future. I can't even cast it because I don't have the ingredients. But at the moment we're more dealing with kills than holding things, and the things that do need holding, we're using the Howl of Terror. Now that is so good at the moment because that, if you look at the bottom, the calculation for it, I think it's treating it as an 8th level spell, and we're only, you know, down in low heroic, so obviously we don't have access to other 8th level spells. That's why, although we don't have any specific enchantment bonuses or anything, that's why the save is so relatively high compared to, I mean, the strongest spell we have at the moment is that, the Flame Strike, and you can see although we have bonuses to evocation, he has 3 sorcerer past lives, so that would help evocation. You can see it's still only, and also we have bonuses to evocation here from the tree, and we're still only just matching the DC of the Howl, because the Howl starts off with 18 plus. So I'm guessing this would start 14 plus. Is it the 10 plus the level of the spell, which in this case is 4? Is that how it works? I'm guessing so. So I suppose the further up we go, the less competitive Howl will become compared to some of the other stuff that we'll be throwing around. I guess this is one of the reasons why people don't tend to take Heighten with the Druid, because the stuff that you're chucking around at the cap is invariably higher level stuff, you know, level 8 plus. I'm thinking of Earthquake, Finger of Death, Sunburst, Tsunami, what else is there? The Storm of Vengeance. All that kind of stuff really doesn't need... Oh, Ice Flowers as well. That's a level 8. None of it particularly needs much help. Would only get like 1 extra from Heighten. So it's a bit of a wasted feat, I guess. Okay, so the other item that we found to give him for level 7 was this rather nice one that's come from the Isle of Dread area. Only just picked this up in my last life, and I thought this would be quite suitable. So Wisdom 5 is very nice. Natural armor, I don't know if that stacks with... I'm guessing it does stack with the enhancement that we've taken in our racial tree here. It's not terrible anyway, and we've got a mythic and a reaper bonus on there, and that's a nice one. The equipped healing amplification, I think that's like the thing that comes on the mysterious cloak, and that stacks with standard healing amp. So we have some healing amp there on the belt, 12 competence bonus you can see there, and the equipped one, equipment bonus to healing amp, so we have 21 extra healing amp there, which is probably why sitting here on the docks doing just a cure moderate and we're getting 100. That wasn't a crit, I don't think. No, we're getting 100 plus from it. That's what ridiculously good healing amp can do for you at the lower levels. He has 30 from Paladin past lives, another 15 as mentioned previously from Sacred Fist, so 45, and another 21 from the equipment, so it's 66. So ridiculously strong at this low level. Okay, I thought this time around, because we have a tendency to do the Feywild from inside the hall, don't we, and start in there with the Wake Me Up inside. I thought we'd go the other way this time. Deviate a little bit from regular habits. Start with the one that nobody particularly relishes. I think I almost went the wrong way. So we're going to go and have a go at the immortality lessons, and then maybe work our way down the bottom area. Nothing crazy. I'm going to stick to Reaper 1 because the last thing I want to do is run out of mana. From a practical point of view, Feywild has plenty of Reaper points, so he's kind of at the stage now where the extra Reaper points are not particularly doing much, if anything, for his build. So that not being a consideration, it makes sense to just keep going on one for the leveling. But I think once we get to the stage where we have plenty of mana and we have a decent heal, I will ramp it up just for the sake of the suspense for the videos. Now, if you'd have been along, Doc, with your Warlock character, we certainly would have been ramping it up by now, because you would have been able to take a lot of the heat.
Once you complete the lessons I have designed, we will speak again. But until
Pearson frowns, then disappears. Hermia says that before you can meet with Pearson, you will need to find two watch. A curious door glimmers into view. Even curiouser, it vanishes.
For those of you who don't know the Fae too well, you get two chances at that curious door. You have to be really quick to jump on it. I'll show you where the second chance is, further around the quest.
But she tells you about the deals she made with Pearson. That she and her herd may roam free in the remade Feywild.
I tend to like to go down here and do the Fomorian first. When I say I tend to, I mean I always do this first. I always do things in a set order. I'm sure I'm not on my own in that. I think most people who've kind of memorised their way around the quest tend to prefer to stick to that, don't they?
Cobwebs choke the corners of this corridor. Pearson's voice floats in the air, coming from everywhere and nowhere at all.
I have provided you with a feast.
Okay, I tend to like to just blast the big target and get out once that's done. He's got creeping cold on him, so he should die in a second. I'm just trying to conserve mana here. Unless, of course, he's immune to cold, which was a possibility I did not consider.
Hidden within this object. You hear a loud rumbling noise, which strangely reminds you of a yawn. The door slams open, and a Fomorian walks out into the chamber.
Right, so this next section will allow us to demonstrate the new flame strike. Now, it's quite possible I can just hammer them from distance and not bother with wasting mana on holding them. How was that? We didn't do anything to beat Hooves. Maybe he's got evasion. Maybe that's why we didn't do anything. I think that one's about to go. Today, please. Thank you.
See this band of revelers before you.
Let's have a look. So in Reaper we're on a 42 for fairly early heroic. That's very good. Unless, as I mentioned before, you happen to be a Dragon Lord, in which case I guess you're lagging behind. Okay.
the fiddle has revealed another section of this
So
wound.
same again, we're just going to
Pearson's
blast with
voice
the
booms into your ears.
flame strike as soon as we get the chance.
So, you've mastered the phase
Mop up with the SLAs.
Good. If you dream of finding the Watchword or a way out of here, you'll need its music.
It's probably going to save us quite a lot of mana, that. Not going to bother with the breakables in this one because I can never seem to manage to get the bonus. Ooh. So my other strategy would have been to go in the middle of them so I can do the flame strike and mop up with the thorn bloom, but that's sort of putting me in the middle of the opponents and prone to taking damage, so I think this is probably the best. Also, as mentioned, I'm saving quite a lot on not having to do the howl now. I can do the howl now, and the thorn bloom, and the flame strike. Thank you very much for playing. That's the second spot for the mysterious door. Again, it just pops up for a couple of seconds if you don't know the quest or the pack. However, if just one person runs in and gets it, then it stays there for all the others. So it just needs one person to go and grab it, and then everybody can get the bonus. And in the case of the first one, the chest, as far as I remember. I think there's a chest in both. I think that's right. Lovely thorn bloom there. So even the tiny lesser vigor, which was doing derisory amounts of healing in the early stages, is now doing quite well for us. We do actually have access now to the standard vigor spell and Cure Serious I could have picked up.
A gargoyle perches on a high ledge inside this room.
Come on then, say hello.
His crumbling eyes. I can help you find your way.
Oh,
Tourmaline shudders as even more of his stone body chips off.
let's get rid of these as well.
Should do the job.
It's all a little bit clunky at the moment because only the SLAs are quickened.
Gargoyle flinches, giving you the time to send a musical blast from the fiddle. The red signal crystal on the wall lights up when you...
Yeah, on Legendary, this end fight can be somewhat problematic. Especially when you're trying to do it on your own, having to dodge the circles, and then there's all sorts of stuff spawning all over the place.
A solitary gargoyle statue rests in this chamber.
Hands of, if you spent more than an hour in here when the
Now that
pack
you have
first
collected
came out,
both watchwords,
trying to figure out what to do, I definitely did.
the root barrier disappears. Behind it, you notice a strange ring of might. Now that you've collected this watchword, all there is left to do is find a path out of this labyrinth.
I think we'll avoid these.
This door matches the one you used to enter this labyrinth. You found the exit. Now that you have the watchword, you're free to leave.
Did I mention already I'm more than happy with the
This door has been sealed.
Chaos
with a magic
Man's
incantation.
past life
Only
wings.
the 2 watchwords can unlock.
I'm pretty sure I mention it every episode. Wild nature.
You clear your voice
And of
speak
course we have the
watchwords
option
aloud.
to rest to regain
The door
those.
rumbles and creaks open.
A bit like
revealing
the
out to the roof.
Asimar hands, or I guess anything that has charges that
You step out onto the roof of Duskfall Overlook. The arena appears shockingly new.
Congratulations are in order.
Pearson says.
I think we've got a
You
touch
made
of
it this
lag
far,
there.
but
Oh, I forgot to mention I slightly redid the tree. As I said, I was going to the racial tree, so now we've got access to these two. More rages is nice because I was running out before the end of some quests. Bit more wisdom. Still got the howl at the top, but got rid of like the augment summons and that kind of thing because we're really not using that anymore.
these 2 boars, your allies,
What's going on here? Why aren't you moving, you lot?
strike down these so-called friends of yours.
I think we may have a little bit of lag here.
Lord Arden's illusion of
Oh, complete missed target there. That was dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. What happened to that one game? Okay, let's try and hit this guy with a big one now. Yeah. We're getting ready with the howl. I wish they would start moving and stop acting like a set of laggy messes. What's going on here, game? Yeah, there's some serious laggage going on here, isn't there? Okay, this has got to be it now.
the force then falls.
No?
Ray of ice
Are
and
you guys
snow.
gonna...
The gleaming wall
what's gonna happen here now? Are we
will
still...
fade away.
Oh, we've still got all these bears. Let's be careful.
Towards as he appears.
I hadn't imagined you'd be so rude. I wonder how
Some serious weirdness going on here, isn't there?
easily you befriend.
If they're just gonna stay there, I might just talk to the guy, collect my chest and have done.
You have earned your audience.
Yeah, that's a strange one. They were doing that. I wonder if it might be something since one of the latest updates, because I've noticed that in 1 or 2 previous quests, the opponents have just sort of sat there, not doing too much, and I've kind of run on and they haven't followed me. I'm sure the Reaper 10 crowd, if they catch on to which quest that happens in, they'll be farming those like hell. Ah, I think that's a rare, isn't it? Yeah. Again, same as for the salt marsh area, these wilderness rares can contain some nice fey loot, like the necro mini cannon that I was mentioning. I wish Red had. I think that can drop in the random chests in the wilderness. Yeah, 5 rages now, each lasting 3 minutes 20. That's not terrible.
A deep voice booms through the cavern. Turn back.
Can we try and make a group of this lot? Now then, they are fire, but I think they might actually be resistant to fire. Immune to the howl. And they do some nasty damage as well, look at that. Yeah, oh, immune to cold, that's how it goes. Yeah, I've forgotten about that. They do take some fire damage, but they're completely immune to cold, and they're fire beetles. It's yeah, it's weird, to say the least. The fire resist, or even total immunity, I could definitely get behind, but the complete immunity to cold is just, yeah, one weirdness among many in the game. Come on, what's happening here? I think they're too close to me. Things are going missing. So our lightning bolt thing, which was all conquering in the winter season, you'll notice there aren't nearly so many big crits from it anymore. It's doing sort of 200 and 300 instead of the 5, 6 and maybe even 7 that it was doing. Always check for reapers in here, because it's a proper reaper haven, this area.
Surprise, she motions for you to speak with her. The Dryad calls for the test to begin, and creatures...
I would definitely have used the sleet storm here if I had it. Instead we'll go with the shout. Lovely. Yeah, I think we'll just use ourselves as bait, throw the shout in, and then hit the big AoE. But yes, if I didn't have the shout, either sleet storm or this one, the ice storm, would make a nice substitute. Now we know we can get elementals with this howl. Yeah, beautiful. I'll try to ignore the fact that I threw fire against fire elementals there. It's the only one I had, people. Have to live with it. Yeah, super job.
You neither bend nor break. Good. The Thornright is willing to see you. You may enter. She makes a gesture, and the door opens. A gnarled woodwolf carefully picks through a pile of brambles, plucking out the largest and sharpest thorns. Surely this is the Thornright.
I suppose another reason the lightning isn't that amazing is we're only wearing level 3 boots for the lightning. There is a, I think it's called Ring of Spring Storms from the Fey, that gives you bonuses to sonic and electric power and crit. Speaking of rings and bonuses, one thing that people routinely do is take 2 of those raid rings to get that bonus at the end. Is it chained elements? So you have the ring of lightning, the ring of cold, the ring of acid. I think it's the bound elemental rings, isn't it? And if you have 2 of those, in the case of this druid, the electric and the cold would be awesome. Unfortunately for me, I own neither, and I would have to reorganize all sorts of things to do that, so I'm not going to be doing it. but it's kind of to wear 2 of those rings on the caster, I gather, is kind of a very standard thing to do in the game.
An ugly red magic barrier blocks the way down to the trees.
Tell you what we're going to do, we're just going to
A strange red light
do that and
fills these
Scarpa.
root tunnels, draining away the life in them. The barrier
Path of
flickers
least
out
resistance.
as
Got to
the
be
first
careful in
orb
this one because they pop up in the middle of the
as
whole
second
thing.
orb shatters. That sense of unease you felt fades a little. The barrier collapses when the third orb is destroyed, lifting the sense of dread from this area.
Should have just waited and done the AoE and taken them all out together. Now can we... Yes we can. Wow. So it works on the blights as well. That's nice to know. Very nice to know. And we have a shrine there to come back to should we need
A
it.
second barrier blocks the path down. You expect there are more orbs powering it. Blights pull themselves free from the root walls and attack.
Quite a nice wide AoE that thing has as well.
The root
Now then,
ahead
can
is
we freeze that thing?
It's
Yes.
begun to rot away.
So the salt ray does stun them, but lightning and cold I think do nothing to them, so that's something to learn from. Should have left that one for later because I've got to go through here now and break this one. Gonna have to hurry up here if we want to get out unmolested.
Shudder of relief passes through the tree's roots as the last orb in the northwest tunnel shatters.
How are we doing with the spell points? Pretty good. Ooh, questionable. Messy people.
Your sense of dread and loss mounts.
Oh, hello.
Explore this portion
So
of the
he
tunnel.
needs to be got with fire and the salt ray for future reference. No metas at all on any of these AoEs at the moment, just for the purposes of conserving stuff. Now we'll have to just duck back out of the way until the salt ray's off cooldown. Nice. He doesn't like that, does he?
With the
Okay,
final
let's
orb
make like
in
the
the
shepherd
northern
and get the
root
flock
tunnel
out of here.
destroyed, crackling sounds can be heard from the barrier. With the orbs gone, the second barrier collapses in on itself with an audible crackle. The root tunnel lurches suddenly as several
Oh,
blights
Fear Reaper, I
fall.
hadn't seen him there, but no matter. Beautiful. So the Force is also helping this spell, so we've got Thorn Bloom and Flame Strike and also Salt Ray, which are all making use of our Force spell power and crit. I think we'll be okay on the spell points.
Corrupting magic pours down the corridor in palpable waves, draining life.
I Made a bit of a mistake there. I'd long since let the thing run out, I think. Now, I think this guy can be held, so if we get the Salt Rain, double range, raise spell.
Fomorian bellow. Stop them, Voidpack. The
Yeah,
first
beautiful.
ritual must not be interrupted.
Can we get these all together, perhaps? Happy days. Okay, boost. Wood of Unrest.
Magic word, the Fomorians
Let's do our best.
back into place. However, you notice that in the base of the barrier you can squeeze through. Here goes the Blight Master.
That was that exposed the weakness in my setup here. I've got these 4 SLAs which are on a reasonably long cooldown,
The Blight Master
and the standard spells are totally not, so I could have been throwing all sorts into him. As it was, he was getting a chance to hit us back. I just don't like to have too many different things on the bar because I get too easily confused and pressing wrong keys and God knows what.
The pixies it's safe to return to the blessed tree. A vast tree reaches upward to the sky, yet some form of corruption has gripped its roots, slowly
Come on.
twisting and transforming this ancient sentinel of the forest.
Right. I think the purists would say not to take the Featherfall enhancement in the Season's Herald tree, or at least to take it and just toggle it on when you need it, but I would tend to toggle that on and keep it there. I mean, there are some good things. 3 dodge if you're not capped is nice, and the 10% chance to knock down any enemy who strikes you. Being as I do quite a lot alone, there's a lot of people striking me, so that could be useful. And it sounds like there's no save on that. Now there's sometimes a red boss down here, isn't there? A big, is it a Fomorian? Maybe we can just have a little look just about here. If he's there, I'll go down and snaffle him. If he's not, I'll go on. He's not there. I've never been one for explorer areas, but for some reason I always go to the Owl Parliament.
The birds look down from high up on the tree, watching, weighing you, judging you.
Okay, this one, especially in the legendary, I try to keep the witch close to the area I've already cleared out, not let her go wandering into other
Have you come for the hag?
opponents
Asks the master.
and causing trouble for us.
They're hunters. Report she look. Don't let
DDO is very nice to have here,
use these
just
bands
for a
to
quick
summon my huntsman.
return to the end of the
The hag
quest.
will try to avoid the huntsman. That doesn't mean though.
Just looking for the
Where would
the
the
note.
sport be in that? Muses the master of the hunt. Each of my huntsmen are bound to the hunt. But when you remove their banner, you free them of their service. What they do with their freedom.
still no sign of the note. Okay,
The
let's
master
try
of
and
the
clear
hunt
out this
chuckles.
area.
If you like, defeat wild beasts out there to gather more lost banners. Then use them to corral the hag towards me. In this gully, she will find true death at mine.
Come on, what's happening here?
Where did it go? I had it a minute ago.
Yeah, the range on that thing is lovely. Now maybe we can put just a damage over time. Oh, she's immune to cold. Wow. Okay. Then I guess force.
Oh, where did I put it? Where did it go?
Beatrice smothers, rubbing her hands.
Oh, Cadence will have my head, and Hirson will turn us into worms.
Where did she go? Damn it, I wasn't quite watching. Where is she?
Oh, how could I be so stupid?
She's there,
Hirson will
okay.
be furious.
Maybe just the fact I've cast that will encourage her to come towards me. Yeah, I think so. I want her back here somewhere. Definitely don't want her wandering off into all the wilderness area.
Huh? Fire and brimstone, leave me be!
Oh, what did I cast there?
The master of the hunt.
Oh,
You in the distance. It seems you didn't need my help after all.
that must have been her colours of the queen, because she's been previously immune to the cold. Okay. Right, we need to try and find the little note, the message now, don't we? Could it be through here? With all these damn birds. Nope. Down there, perhaps? I bet you there's some more birds here. Yeah, we can see them. Yes, nice wide AoE on that thing. Can we... Can we make it over there? It can sometimes be on there, I think. Still no. Or on here? Ah,
There, nearby.
I think we might have it.
kindles
Yes.
It seems to be coming from up above. If you got to higher ground, you could look for the source of
Okay.
this disturbance.
Hopefully we can just avoid any further trouble. Happy days. Okay, I always like to go and check near that big rock, see if the... oh, it's not there. If the rare thing is up. I think it's a rare wisp, is it, that's usually there, or can sometimes be there. Then the next point of interest is the curious henge.
In the midst of the swamp stands a curious hedge. Though you search for some sort of legible inscription, you cannot find any sign of who built this, or why.
I find crowd control to be super valuable in this quest, because if the animal runs away once you open the chest and starts running into all sorts of other stuff, it just becomes an absolute nightmare. So if you can freeze it in place and just hammer it in all its iterations, it's so much less painful. So in this case we've got our Salt Ray. Should probably have had the other version. We've got Salt Ray, and the Howl will probably work on it too. Between those two maybe we can try to pin it in place. Also the Salt Ray has a decent range on it, so we should be able to to stop it in its tracks if it does get away from us. At least that's the plan.
Somewhere in these woods there is treasure that grows on trees. One specific tree deserves more attention than others, for it bears the chest containing Pearson's magic root.
For those of you who don't know the quest, there are only four of these chests can actually be the one that you're looking for. If we get that far, I'll show all the locations. I'm hoping the one we're looking for will be in the first location. Yeah, we need to get rid of those, don't we? Oh, that was a mess. Better. Let's try and get the birds in a nice little area here. Nice. Oh, not quite. We'll call that one a spare. Try and attract these spiders to come down to us, maybe, so we can dispose of them first and then deal with that stuff over there. So they're immune to the howl. Wow, one of them critted us, the beggars. So the first chest location can be up here on the left. Just hanging here somewhere. Obviously not there. Yeah, the range on that is beautiful. I was hoping you were going to die from the creeping cold. Obviously not the case, pal. So, second chest location would be there on that branch. Third one is where it in fact is, here. And the fourth one is the nasty one, really, down there in and amongst all that stuff, and you have to go down there to fetch it. So we've got semi-lucky here. You don't have to check it or anything, it's just let's take this down, and I don't even bother taking the contents, I just go after the animal that pops out.
How did it even fit inside? As you defeat the unicorn, a deer bursts out from it. Is that normal? The deer falls. Something stirs inside.
Howl? Did we stop him? Yes.
The blink dog falls, but something flits out.
We've got the damage over time going on him.
The raven
Yes.
as it falls to earth, and
Not amazing what I did there. I could have done it much better, but we did see the two Salt Ray and the Howl helping us. It didn't get far, did it?
among the shell fragments, you see the
So there is actually a UMD test, or when you try and do that with the egg. I didn't know that. I just thought, oh, if you have UMD as a skill, you can automatically do it.
The tiny dragon-like creature darts away with its prize.
Yeah, I've spent some miserable times hunting around for. I know you can see him on the map sometimes, but sometimes when it. Oh, and I've had him get stuck in this trunk as well. one time. He was stuck, he wasn't able to be got out of there. Oh, it was a nightmare. I was adamant I was going to complete the quest. What did I do in the end? I think I had an AoE.
Taking your prize.
It wasn't him that was stuck, sorry, it was the raven that had run off, not the dragon. So before, I was still having to kill the thing, and he appeared stuck in that tree. I think he'd ported into it or something. So I'd got that far, it was on legendary. I was adamant I wasn't letting it go, and the one spell I had that could do AoE around there, I guess Flame Strike here would have been alright. It was the Arcane Tempest. So I just kept going with that, chipping away at it, eventually got it and managed to complete the quest. But that was frustrating. Oh, I'm going away from it, aren't I here? Oh, we're red hot here, where are we? Come on, we're right on top of it. There, okay. Now where are we running to over there?
The little dragon cries out.
You found me! Ted, I'm here! Run!
For any who didn't know, because some of our bear party I don't think have known about this, there's an objective here. Look, don't get tagged, so obviously don't get hit by it, and don't hurt it. Don't fire any magic or anything at it, and then you get a little bit of optional XP after it's finished sitting down there for a bit. Before I discovered this bed, or rather somebody discovered it for me, I'd be chasing round like anything trying to avoid the thing, usually unsuccessfully.
The dragon jumps up and down.
What fun! Thanks for being so good.
With Fearsom's precious
That's a nice item.
you prepare to offer him a bargain.
The rogue's version of the leaf mail that we're wearing now. These, I've said this before, and no doubt I'll say it again. The bonuses on there, 3 exceptional spell law, so 3 on all spell crit chances, and 8 power. I think that's the same thing that is on the level 15 Shan gear, which, if that's correct, makes this pretty overpowered, doesn't it? So this last one is the bane of my life when trying to do it alone or without a tanky character. You just can't, there's no way to get away from it, the fight at the end. Oh, boss. Salt Ray, thank you. Oh, go on then. We'll do it. This one's for Naslella. She's into her slayers and things. We'll do a slayer. There you go. 10 creatures killed. And the crowd goes home happy. Why can't I get on my horse, people? Because that thing keeps hitting me. Yeah. Go away. Horrible thing. Oh, damn it. What's happening now? I think we've got some lag in the mix as well. Yeah, this end fight, and there are, in fact, the section at the start, it's very easy to get both groups coming towards you at once, and that can be quite nasty, especially if the group is unprepared and buffing when somebody attracts the groups. I prefer to do that to the opponents, jump on them unprepared, rather than have that done to me.
You make your way deep into the Kelpie's underwater grotto, protected by the Eladrin's magic. Now where is the lost keepsake you were sent to find?
Do we even have to bother with that lot? Maybe not. If I go and get stuffed now from behind, we'll know I made a bad mistake.
Confused voices coming from up ahead.
So yeah, situations like this we just can't get away from, can we? So if there were opponents more liable to chew us up than these things, we would have been in real trouble there. Maybe all these will do me a favour, and oh no, maybe they won't. I'll just go in and make sure they're in the right place. Okay, good stuff. I was going to say maybe they'll do me a favour and surround us. I guess we kind of surrounded them.
The first lever is pulled, and a deep rumble travels through the water. A strange noise, distorted by the water, comes from further down the corridor. Sounds like growling.
That's pretty nice. We'll take the souls. Oh, hello. I still haven't established if that howl causes helpless. But I know it doesn't work on most of these targets.
A lever set into the far wall. There's an audible pop as the second lever is pulled and the barrier in the main hall dissipates. A group of Kelpies rushes in to block the
Now this
path.
lot should be able to be howled. They're too far apart though, that was a mistake. Okay. So let's get the old Hood of Unrest out. Reaper boost.
Come for the bauble, have you? You're not that choice.
Prove an exceptionally large and powerful Kelpie.
Looks like he's immune to cold. Let's get rid of that boss, that could hurt us.
Yeah, I tried to send someone to fetch it back. It's an endless supply of fresh fare for
Can we just get rid of these, all of them?
I can see you're no easy prey, but the struggle makes defeat all this sweeter. Senators, attention!
Yeah, I did not make a good job of that, did I?
Diffusing into
That was
one
pretty poor, but I'll
You
take
spot
it.
the Eladrin's lost keepsake perched atop a nearby chest.
I would love one day to get the, well that's the crown we're wearing at the moment, this one. And this is what my Warlock tank purple wears as well. If I could find a Reaper hat of that, that would be awesome. One day. Okay, and I think that concludes our journey through the bottom half of the Feywild. Nothing earth-shattering in there, but we've definitely reached the stage where we totally don't need hirelings to nursemaid us anymore, and the AoE is looking good. The howl is just kind of icing on the cake now, isn't it? It's nice to see that. I mean, I'd never played about with anything like this before. It's nice to see that it doesn't work on everything, does it? But we're beginning to add other stuff to the list, like elementals and plants, stuff that, for instance, mass hold would not do anything with. So it is affecting a fairly wide array of targets, which is good for anybody who's looking to use that as part of a build. Okay, I think that just about does it for this one. So thanks very much as always for looking, and I'll speak to you next time. Take care.